Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into something I know a lot of you are curious about. These modern trading platforms, specifically Webull and Moomoo.
Yeah, and the numbers are just huge. We're talking 20 million downloads between them.
Exactly. And the promise is so tempting, right? They tell you they'll turn you into a Wall Street pro with, zero commissions, all these advanced tools.
And on the surface, they look almost identical.
They do. Comparison sites have them neck and neck. Moomoo gets 4.4 stars, Webull gets 4.3. But our mission here is to find out what happens when things go wrong.
Because that's where the similarities just stop.
That's where they end.
Okay, so let's start with Webull's regulatory history, because some of these details are pretty staggering.
Right.
We have to talk about the $3 million fine from FINRA in 2023.
And just to be clear, that's the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority.
Exactly, and this wasn't for some trading glitch. This was for, well, what was basically regulatory negligence. The core issue was that they were just rubber stamping accounts for options trading.
For people who shouldn't have been approved.
For thousands of customers who had demonstrably zero experience, the sources give these unbelievable examples, like a 19-year-old who was approved 4 times in just 5 days for the most advanced options.
That is just horrifying. I mean, that completely defeats the purpose of having those experience requirements in the first place.
It does. Or, get this, another customer applied on their 18th birthday, got rejected, and then just reapplied 2 days later.
And what did they change?
They just claimed they had 5 years of options trading experience.
At 18.
At 18. And they were immediately approved. That means they would have started trading at 13. So we're talking about over 9,000 inexperienced accounts greenlit for some really dangerous trading.
Okay, so if Webull's big failure is that ethical gatekeeping, let's pivot to Moomoo. Because their risk seems totally different.
Right. On paper, Moomoo actually looks better on the user side. Professional reviewers give them a perfect 5 out of 5 for customer service. Webull only gets a 3.6.
But that is not what actual users are saying.
No.
Not at all.
No. You look at consumer sites like Trustpilot, and it's a completely different story. It's just hundreds of complaints, all about one single devastating issue.
Locked accounts.
Locked accounts.
Yeah.
And funds being held for months on end. We're talking about users who deposited significant money. One source mentioned $30,000.
Wow.
And then they just couldn't initiate a withdrawal. It got so bad for one user, they had to involve the FBI.
The FBI.
The FBI, the SEC, and FINRA, all of them, after 2 months of just trying to get their own capital back.
Having to call federal law enforcement to get your own money is, that's a profound red flag. It doesn't matter how good the charts are.
Right. And to be fair, Webull isn't perfect here either. There are reports of system failures during cloud outages that wiped out entire futures accounts. And then customer service took days to even respond.
So this all brings us back to the most critical metric. Forget the fancy tools for a second. The number 1 job of a broker is liquidity.
Can you get your money when you need it? And when we look at the objective scores for deposits and withdrawals, it's bleak. Moomoo scored a miserable 1.6 out of 5.
And somehow Webull was even worse, a 1.1, a staggering low.
Yeah, advanced tools and zero commissions are completely meaningless if your funds are locked up during a market crash or just when you decide you want to leave.
So what this deep dive really shows are 2 very distinct but equally foundational risks.
On the Webull side, you have this regulatory negligence, letting people do incredibly dangerous trading.
And on the Moomoo side, you have what looks like a systemic failure to let people withdraw their own money.
So the ultimate takeaway for you is this. The sources make it really clear that the question isn't which app has better charts.
Not at all.
It's which one will actually let you get your money out without being forced to file federal complaints.
Yeah.
And that's the real lesson here in picking a modern brokerage.